86 outside right now, and east winds at about 6 miles an hour. 19% on the relative humidity, so the temperatures are starting to heat up there, and around the state, even warmer. We're talking 80s and 90s, all the way from Hobbs at 93, 96 in Deming already, and then some 70s and 80s. Now, the northeast part of the state, there's actually a front that's kind of sitting right here. It's not very strong, but it's enough to knock the temperatures down into the 70s at this time of day versus the 80s to near 90 we were already seeing yesterday. But for the rest of us, it's about the same. Mid-80s here, mid-80s off to the west, and about 83 in Santa Fe. So the forecast is we go through your afternoon here, about 94. Once again, that was a high yesterday. Mostly sunny, very hot. And again, if you're going to have to be outside, try to stay in the shade if you can, and plenty of fluids. Overnight lows tonight again on the coolish side, 60 to 64. Tomorrow, we'll do it all over again. No major changes, you said. Still in the middle 90s. Now, if you look at the west, not only here, but the whole western half of the country, it's clear sailing, it's warm. All the big storms are rolling off to the east. Here's the storms. We just showed you the damage from some of those tornadoes. That, and this is an important storm, especially to the east coast, because this upper level system is the one that's going to be moving to the east. It's a huge trough, and as it moves to the east over the next 24, 36 hours, it's going to eventually hit the east coast and bump Hurricane Bill and knock it off to the north and west and eventually northeast. And that's what's going to steer it away. I'll talk more about that in a second. For our weather, the high pressure's been off to our west for a few days, at least the dominant one. We have a little front, as I just mentioned, and that's going to produce a few spot showers. That's going to be about the extent of it, and those slightly milder temperatures in the northeast. Then as we go into the weekend, the high is going to really kind of sit right over us till about Sunday, and then it's going to start to inch on off. And as it does, we'll start to see at least some spot chances for some showers redeveloping, a little moisture for the latter part of the weekend and the early and middle parts of next week. Now back to Bill. Remember that trough that I was talking about that's across the plains causing the severe weather? So it's going to be moving this way, and this Category 3 storm is likely, as it moves here and starts to move to the northwest, it's going to intensify a little bit, and then it'll start to hook back because that trough's going to come off and kind of knock it away. If for some reason it slows down, and there's no indications that it is, but if for some reason it slows down, that may allow the storm system to come a little further to the west, and all of a sudden, you're worried about what's going to be happening, probably from the mid-Atlantic coast north. But everything is indicating that it's going to do this, and it's going to follow this path. All right, for Santa Fe, looking for temperatures in the 80s to near 90 all the way into the weekend. And for Albuquerque, same deal, mid-90s. We just don't break the heat for now. We do get to around 90, upper 80s to near 90 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pick up some storms then, but isolated at best.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Mike.